Hello everyone. So after some time I thought of revisiting my strategy uh, game template that I worked on a while ago. Now here I'm gonna work on this. So if I select 6 characters like this or multiple characters and click, you can see now they are moving to these 6 points instead of they are trying to reach the same target that I have given, that I clicked. So that's the way it was before this episode. So here now they are not competing for the same point. They keep their like a infantry or like a unit and reach points like this. So yeah, this is what we are going to work on today. And here if I just select 4 characters, the system still works. Alright, so before we get started with the tutorial, let me remind you that you can download the project files of this project and all other thousands of projects I have done from my channel, from the Patreon page. So I'll leave the link in description, feel free to check it out. And this is the full playlist of this series, so there are a couple of other episodes as well, feel free to check them out. I'll leave the link to the full playlist also in the description. Okay, now let's get back to today's episode. Okay, so right now here I have 6 characters that belongs to the same team, and if I click here, now they are trying to reach like the same position and they kind of get stuck on the same place, which is not uh, clean behavior for a unit. So what I want is when I click on a location, instead of them trying to reach the same position, they should reach 6 points depending on the number of characters that I have selected around the point that I click. Okay, to do that, let me first open my top-down controller here, and here this is implemented in when this is set destination click and commands, and here I have this too. This is the function that takes care of moving the actors. Even if we call this move to server, it's also calling this move to function. So right now this is what we have. The only difference of their movement is I give a different acceptance radius to avoid them kind of competing for to reach the same point. I change the acceptance radius, but that's pretty much all I do here. So instead of doing this, now I need them to move to 6 points. Not exactly 6 point, I'm keep saying 6 point because here I have 6 characters, so different points each character but around the target. So to do that, here first I'll calculate the positions that they need to go, and I'll do that in another function because I might need to do changes into that later on, so things would make easier later on when I have a different function. So here I'll call this get destinations. Let's call it get destination grid, because this is sort of like a grid when we have multiple points. Here we need a target, then we need a So we need integer, just the number of points we need. That basically says number of characters. So number of destinations that we need to retrieve here. Okay, so using this number of points, first I'll run a square root, because if we need to get a grade for, let's say, 9 characters, one side of the grid would be 3. And similarly, if we need to get a grid for 4 characters, one side of the grid would be 2 points. So that's why I'm considering a square root here, even though we don't always get perfect square numbers. So skewer RT, that is float, so it will be casted into a float, but that's fine. I'll have a local variable, I'll just call it skewer. I'll keep it as an integer, because I'm going to use this for the grid. Okay. Uh, oh, first index is 0. The last index is this number of points. Now, let's say we have 6 characters. Okay. And if I divide this index by this sqrt, get if I do a modulus from this sqrt, now we would get, let's say, if we want to convert this linear number that is going from 0 to 6 into like a sort of 2D array, this would give x coordinate and this would give y coordinate, or the other way around, but 2 coordinates. Now, so I have the target, so I'll get the target. Then I'll multiply this number with the gap, so gap between 2 points in the grid, so I'll call it gap. The gap both. This, then to the target, to x, to y, and then I'll add this, a vector to this. So this way we will be calculating the destination points that we need to move our characters. We need to return this. So at the end, the note, the return destination. give it. Okay. All right. Now let's go to characters. So here I'll call it destination grid. That's the target I can give this. That's the current location. Maybe we can give the location of one actor. So let's valid index. We can check if we have at least one actor here. Maybe we don't need to check this. This is already checked before. I don't remember. So just to be safe, I'll do this. Yes. And then the location. That's the current location. And the number of points is this actors. So basically the number of actors. Right. Now we have destination locations. Then this is same as the number of actors. Get points using this index. That's the destination. Okay. This shouldn't be changed. This is called at the just sit like this. Location. Now to see this, to see if we are actually getting different points, I'll add a draw debug. Radius maybe wait, leave it for 10 seconds. Okay, shown here. 5. Okay, now let's see. Select them, click, see. Now we get 6 points, but alright, they are too close. And acceptance radius, now I don't want to change, so let's leave it like this, and I'll change the gap. I'll increase this gap to 200. Yeah, now they are moving like this. That looks good. So these two are not moving because they are not reachable points, but that is something I don't wish to investigate right now, maybe for a different episode. So yeah, now they can come, but the only problem is the target point. It would be better if the target point is either this one or this one, so in the middle. So one more thing, let me check only 4 characters. Yeah, that's also works. Okay, so how to make the target point in a midpoint? So that I think here. by subtract, we can divide this by 2 and subtract from this will keep the target in the middle, I think. Yeah. Okay, that's better. All right. Let's just go to. Okay, that's one point or the other, so it's fine. Another issue is, so you see, it's always like this, vertical. So it's not matching their direction of their movement. So maybe we can do something about that too. Here, instead of adding this to x and y, we can do something like this. We can get here, we can get unit direction vector from the current location to target location. I'll multiply. So this is the forward, and if I rotate this vector around z-axis 90 degrees, this will give a vector that is perpendicular to the 2 points. That means it's like this. This is our starting point and this is our end point, and the direction is like this. And if I rotate, so we will get the unit direction vector like this along this direction, and if I rotate it, I would get something like this. So I'll multiply this vector with this value. This vector, oh wait, this is already a vector. Oh no, I just converted right now. So this vector multiply by this value. Then here, let me recombine. Now it should match the direction of the movement. See, it's not always vertical. Also, if you want them to give priority to x-axis of their ordering, you can interchange these two. This. Okay. Now they are like this. Now they stand like this. Okay. They are they do take different paths, but finally they stand in the same order, in the correct order. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop this episode right here. So thanks for watching. Updated project files will be available here for download in the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in another tutorial. Goodbye.